What's up, Warriors? It's 6:05 a.m., January 2nd. The fast started today. Uh, and man, it's this is war. When you start to live into your calling, guys, just know it's war. Like the enemy's coming after you. And yeah, but God's gonna use it for good. So I'll tell you guys a quick story. So last night, like I stayed up late preparing because I'm going to be teaching a call at 7:30 for the church. And I was preparing some stuff, just getting everything set up. And at like 12:02, I got an email. My mom's email is linked to my phone in case her phone gets stolen or something. We could still access her email, so I get her emails. And I just saw this email that popped up that said, like there was a Wells Fargo like attempted charge, and I was like, I wonder what that is. And then I opened it, and there was like a $60 attempted charge on a Lyft, and I'm like, wait, like it's midnight. Like, what is my mom doing ordering a Lyft? Like, where is she? Where is she going? And it's like, and I texted her and said, like, did you know that this is happening? Because it was either she's going somewhere or someone has got her card number. And I texted her and she didn't respond. And then I called her a few times and she didn't answer. And it was just like, it like transported me back to when I was 5 years old. And my mom would go out, with friends or whatever. And I was at home, and I remember like the fear and the anxiety and the stress and the overwhelm of just wondering if she was okay. And last night, like as I called her, I'm just like, I just want to know she's okay. Like I just want to know that she's not stranded somewhere or something in the middle of the night in LA, like, and can't get home, or like she's trying to get this lift, but it won't approve the charge. Like, and it was just like this fear. And I remember when I was a kid, like sitting by the phone for hours, just waiting for her to call, hoping she would call. And then when she would call, she'd say, hey, I'm on my way home. I'm going to call a cab. And then I would go and I would stand by the window. I was like 5 years old or 6 years old. And I would stand by the window for like hours waiting for her. And every car that went by, I would get really excited. And then it would pass by and then my heart would break. And I'd get like super sad. And like that would happen for hours. And my dad would finally like tell me, like, go lay down, like stop. And Mom, I know if you watch this is not going to be easy for you. But so I'm sorry for that. But I have to share this because there's a testimony in this. And so I felt all of that like last night at midnight, like this overwhelming. I'm literally laying in bed and I feel this overwhelming fear, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, and control. Like I just want to save her. I just want to, like, if I could just know where she is, I could just drive and pick her up right now. Like, and it was like, that was from the past. And it was like the stress was like so intense. I could literally hear my heartbeat in my ears. It was like beating so hard. And I was laying there and I was just kind of like letting it happen because I knew it was a spiritual thing. I knew this is a spirit of fear. And so I wasn't like freaking out, but I was feeling what my body goes through. Like I was feeling, I think, some suppressed trauma. And I was allowing myself to just lay there and feel it. And then I started rebuking the spirits, and I felt my actual physical body start to calm down. And it started to just calm down. My heartbeat lowered, like my breathing deepened. Like it was just like, it was weird. It was like I was experiencing it, but I was outside of it kind of. And it was this really intense experience. And I remember God asked me, do you trust me with her? She's mine. And I was just like, okay, Lord, if she's out somewhere, you got her. I don't think she is. I mean, she's in bed. She doesn't go out. So, but why is, someone trying to charge her card for Lyft? Like, and so there's the battle of the logic. But it was just like, okay, Lord, I trust you with her. And I just felt like everything just calmed down. But I think that it was very revealing. Like, I think God was showing me that, hey, there's still some past trauma, that desire to control and save and all these things. And so it was really intense. And so everything like calmed down, like my nervous system calmed down. but then I felt in my physical body, like, like the stress and the anxiety and everything was gone. But then what hit me was like this overwhelming, like, desire um for like lustful things. Like it was crazy. Like this spirit of lust just came in so aggressively. Um like it's crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. And I think it made me realize that the lust, the pornography, and the masturbation was something that I used in the past to cope with stress and to cope with overwhelm and anxiety and fear. And so it actually became my sense of comfort. And so I'm laying there last night and I'm just like, wow, I feel this like intense, the spirit of lust. And it feels like overwhelming. And it's just like my physical body just wants to relax. Like it just wants to relieve the stress and the anxiety that built up, like all the cortisol that was dumped in my body. Like it just like wanted to release the fear and the anxiety and all this stuff. And so it was like God was revealing to me that the sexual things that I've struggled with in the past and the lust, um, it had such a stronghold because that was my stress relief, and that was the thing that um, I would do when I was stressed, overwhelmed, anxious, scared. And it was like God was showing me that's not going to be your go-to anymore, and it's not. Like God delivered me. Um, but it's just crazy how strong the desire was. And I prayed through it, and uh, and God protected me, thank God. But it's no accident that that all happened the moment the fast started. Like the fast started at midnight, and at 12:02 I got that email, and from 12:02 to probably 1 o'clock in the morning, I experienced all that stuff. And I share this with you guys to just let you know that living into your calling is a battle. Like I've told you guys before, finding your calling is easy. Living into it is the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. It is an absolute battle. It's also one of the most rewarding things you'll ever do, and the most exciting, and the most incredible, and the most fun, and like enlivening thing. But it's also a huge battle. And I'm get ready to do a call for the whole church at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm doing these calls every day for the next 21 days. And it's just like the attack last night was real. I mean, it was the spirit of fear, the spirit of anxiety, the spirit of control, the spirit of worry, the spirit of doubt, the spirit of unbelief, then followed by the spirit of lust. And it was just like boxing, they say the 1-2 punch. This was like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 punch. Like it was just like boom, 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 boom. And then the uppercut was the lust, but God protected me from that, and I did not fall, thank God. But yeah, it was just this crazy intense experience, but it was amazing because it revealed that the source, one of the sources at least, of the struggle in the past with lust was just a sense of relief from the stress, the worry, the anxiety, and not just with my mom at all, like all things, finances, relationships, business, like any and all stresses, worries, anxiety, doubt, like we're solved with that. And so I just say this to you guys to just help you become aware that as you live into your calling, God's going to reveal everything. He's going to shine light on all things, which is amazing. I was just studying Ephesians this morning, and in Ephesians 5:11 it says, "Do not participate in the unfruitful deeds of darkness, but instead expose them." And that word "expose" in Greek means to examine carefully. So don't participate in unfruitful deeds of darkness, but instead examine them carefully. And so I was like examining this. I didn't participate in it, but I've been examining it. And then it goes on to say, all things become visible when they are exposed by the light. For everything that becomes visible is light. For this reason it says, "Awake, sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." And so it's just like, this is a dark thing. And I've been exposing it. I've been examining it carefully, and God has given me wisdom and insight to the struggles that I've had in the past and why I've had them. And so God's word is so true. He uses all things for good. This was like an intense experience last night that I'm so grateful that I had, because there's still some trauma that is buried deep down inside. And that's the beautiful thing. When you walk into your calling, God reveals the trauma in his timing. In the world and in personal development, like, everyone wants to find, what are my limiting beliefs? What are my childhood traumas? And they pursue the traumas rather than pursuing just their calling. And I'm telling you, if you guys just pursue your calling, God will reveal the hidden traumas as you walk. As you're walking down the path, all of a sudden you're going to step on something, it's going to hurt, and you're like, what is that? And you're going to pick it up, and it's going to be an onion. And you're like, oh my gosh, what is this thing? And you start peeling it, and there's all these layers and layers and layers, and you find out and you discover why this happens and why that hurt you in the past. And it's this amazing experience, but you get delivered in God's timing, not your timing. And so I'm so grateful that I got that email. I'm so grateful that I was awake preparing stuff. I'm so grateful that I wasn't asleep, because it exposed how the enemy gets me to pursue lustful things. It's crazy. So that was a huge blessing. And so, yeah, just know that as you live into your calling, there's going to be a lot of victories, and there's going to be a lot of battles. There's going to be a lot of attacks, but victory is your destiny. So, yeah, remember that. But I had to share that with you guys because it's important, I believe, to share the good, the bad, the ugly, the battles, the victories, the failures, all that stuff. As I document this, just so you guys know that, it's real. This is a real battle. This is a real journey. This is spiritual warfare. This is war. When you live into your calling, you're literally going to war. And war is not always fun. It's not always easy. But when you've got Jesus on your side, it's always victorious. Always. It's always victory, which is exciting. So, yeah, that was crazy and awesome. I'm getting ready to jump on and do the morning call. I'm going to shower and do my hair, get the lights set up, all that stuff. But this is the first call of 21 calls that I'll be doing for the church over the next 21 days. And it's just crazy how God has lined it all up and just set it up flawlessly. So, yeah, victory. All right, love you guys.